I've been thinking a lot about what the future of money should look like. And honestly, it's wild how outdated so much of the global payments infrastructure still is. So, when we started pushing X toward becoming the everything app, I knew that payments had to be a core part of the architecture, because if you're building a platform meant to connect people, ideas, commerce, creators, real-time information, entertainment, and digital identity, then integrating a seamless way for people to send, receive, and manage money is absolutely essential, and not just in a casual, oh, here's a tip jar way, but in a fundamental layer 1 infrastructure sort of way. Something deeply embedded in the experience. Something that works across borders, across use cases, across devices. Something fast and scalable and secure and elegant. And I kept thinking back to the early days of X.com, the original online bank I founded before it merged into what became PayPal. And I realized that in some ways I'm coming full circle, but now with insanely better technology, world-class engineering teams, and a platform with hundreds of millions of users ready to tap into something far more advanced than what was possible 20 plus years ago. And the funny thing is that most people still see X as just a social media company, even though we've been signaling the expansion into something much larger for quite a while. But that's fine, because I kind of like surprising people. So now that we're building X Money, we're putting together a team of engineers who can actually execute on real financial infrastructure scale missions. And when I say engineers, I mean the kind of people who like solving giant systems problems, who get excited about concurrency, cryptography, fraud prevention, user experience design, distributed systems, and building things that don't just function but feel like magic. The kind of people who aren't scared of big challenges because they actually prefer them. And we're looking for a tech lead who gets that payments are about more than clicking a button. They're about speed, they're about trust, they're about designing a system so intuitive that people stop thinking about the mechanism entirely. And I want someone who thinks, okay, how do we create a money layer for the internet that just works instantly, globally, for creators, for small businesses, for subscriptions, for peer-to-peer transfers, for marketplaces, for new kinds of digital interactions nobody's built yet. Because that's the mindset we need if X is going to be the everything app. And I know people say the term everything app is ambitious, but ambition is kind of the point. Otherwise, what's the point of doing any of this? And when I look at where technology is going, AI, autonomy, robotics, space exploration, and now financial infrastructure that actually behaves like it belongs in the 21st century, I see this massive convergence of capability and opportunity, and it makes perfect sense that X, which already serves as a global nervous system for information, should also become a global system for value exchange. So, yes, we're recruiting, we're hiring, we're building, and I want people who don't just want a job, but want to be part of something that changes how billions of people interact with money every single day. People who understand that this isn't a side feature or a cute add-on, but a foundational pillar of the entire ecosystem. And honestly, if that excites you even a little bit, then you're probably the kind of person who should be helping us build it, because we're not just expanding beyond just social media. We're redefining what a modern platform can be, turning X into the fastest path between thought and action, communication and commerce, creativity and compensation. And I think that once people see what we're building with payments, they're going to realize that this is exactly where we were heading all along. And the fun part is that we're only just getting started. And as we kept developing the early architecture for X Money, I realized something important, which is that you can't just copy the existing payments world and expect it to scale into the future, because legacy financial rails are like building a rocket out of wet cardboard. It might look functional, but the second you try to push beyond the expected performance envelope, the whole thing starts collapsing. So I told the team that if we want this to work at a planetary scale, we have to engineer it. Like SpaceX engineers rockets, or Tesla engineers drivetrains, or Neuralink engineers brain-computer interfaces, which means absolutely everything must be optimized for efficiency, reliability, and speed. And that's why the people joining this project can't just be ordinary developers who want to follow a handbook or inherit old patterns, because there is no handbook for what we're doing, and the old patterns are the exact thing we're trying to replace. So what we actually need are people who are comfortable navigating uncertainty and who think in terms of first principles, people who see a blank space not as a void, but as an invitation to build something extraordinary. And that's the moment when it hit me that X itself has become this crazy convergence point where software, media, economics, identity, and AI all collide in one place. And that makes payments not just a feature, but a backbone, like oxygen for the ecosystem. Something invisible, but essential. And once you see it that way, you start imagining all the second-order effects that happen once friction disappears. For example, creators being paid instantly across borders without complicated intermediaries, small businesses handling transactions without absurd processing fees, people exchanging value as seamlessly as sending a message, micro payments unlocking entirely new business models that don't even exist yet. And all of that becomes possible only if we build the underlying tech with the same kind of audacity that launched reusable rockets or brought electric vehicles into the mainstream. And to anyone who thinks this is too big or too complicated, I'd argue that the only reason it seems that way is because the world has gotten used to slow progress. But I'm not interested in slow progress. I'm interested in building the future, and the future doesn't care about what people think is normal. The future rewards whoever is willing to take risks, push boundaries, and ship products that change the entire conversation. And that's exactly what we're doing with X Money. Because I can already see the moment when the platform evolves from being primarily a communication tool to being a fully integrated digital economy. Almost like if the financial system, the entertainment world, the marketplace layer, and the global town square all fused into one living, breathing network. And that's when the flywheel really starts spinning, because once people can communicate, transact, create, partner, advertise, shop, subscribe, tip, fund, and monetize, all in one unified interface, the entire dynamic changes and the platform becomes exponentially more powerful. And honestly, it still amazes me how many people underestimate this transition, because they're stuck thinking of X as a social media company, when in reality, that's just the chrysalis stage. And what we're doing now is the metamorphosis into something radically more capable, which is why the engineering leadership we're recruiting right now is so important, because the person who steps into this role isn't just managing a team. They're shaping the financial architecture of the Everything app. They're helping design the next evolution of online money, They're laying track for a high-speed financial network that millions will rely on without even thinking about it. And it's kind of funny, but that level of responsibility is exactly what makes it exciting, because who wants to spend their life pushing tiny updates to systems that never change when you could instead help redefine how value moves around the world? And I keep saying this to candidates we talk to. If you want safe, predictable, cushy mediocrity, there are plenty of places for that. But if you want to build something that actually matters, something that pushes civilization forward, then X is the right place. And honestly, I can't wait to see the moment when people log in and realize that they're not just on a social platform anymore. They're inside a global ecosystem of communication, intelligence, and commerce. And the payments layer we build now is what will make that possible. So yeah, part 2 of the story is really just this. We're not slowing down, we're accelerating.